Oh. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the third and final map of this decider, the upper bracket quarterfinals. Now, we're joining us on Inferno, but what do you make of this thing so far?
Oh, I personally believe this map is going to be completely 50-50. We've seen in the first two games, one side practically dominates the first half, and in the second half, it gets dominated even more. The first half on Vertigo, we saw an 9-6 half, from Clique eSports, and then they managed to dominate and not lose a single round on that CT side for Vertigo. eMasters doing a little bit worse, maybe on their their nuke pick. There you go. But that's why I think this map's going to be a lot closer. There's a lot to lose for both teams. Obviously, they'll go to a lower bracket, but you want to be in the upper bracket, really, don't you? You want to be able to flex. One of them things. But I don't know. I think this map is going to be extremely close. Going back to the vetoes again, we had Clique banning Anubis. I'm happy about that. I personally don't like the map whatsoever. And we had eMasters banning Mirage. As I've said, it's one of my favourite maps of all time. Your favourite map? Vertigo being picked by Clique, and we saw them absolutely annihilate and dominate on that map. Another pick for eMasters. They once again almost dominated, pretty much almost lost the first half, actually 5-2. They went into that and then came back 8-6, and they ended up smacking Clique. And now onto Inferno, the decider. This map pretty much known all around CS. Everything about this map pretty much known. Most teams should, know by the back of their hand, and I've just heard news that we're going to be seeing a knife round as well, which means the CT side will be picked by somebody. Oh, sorry about the voice break there. I'm still going through
puberty.
Puberty thing.
You know what? We've all been there at one point or another. But
I'm still going through it. So
there's rough seas ahead, buddy.
It still is rough, mate. But yeah, I think this map's going to be extremely close, and I'm honestly so excited to see it. I don't know who's going to win this. I guess it's whoever gets CT side first or second, depending on their attack and depending on how well they play. And here we go. This is going to be an extremely interesting game. I'm so excited. The 9th round is just about to go live. It's just about to commence. And one thing I love about 9th rounds is in this high level of CS, not that high, well, it's good. It's a good level of CS. Are the knife skins you see, and the glove skins and all of that.
The combos.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a skin man myself. I quite like to, I know about the skins. I know about a lot of them.
Okay.
Look at that. It's a Sapphire Ruby. Sapphire Doppler. I love those skins. I don't like the Balisong.
Can't afford them, but you love to look at them, right?
No, you get them on the retake maps.
Oh, yeah, true.
Anyway, the 9th round will be going in as Mr. Hoy starts them off, and Zimzy going straight back and forth for 3-1 almost instantly, and Clique win the 9th round. That was pretty quick, and that was pretty Clique.
Hey, I like it. Wordplay.
Anyway.
I think going into this, one of the reasons that we say, the 9th round is so important is because, on both of the previous two maps, we've seen fairly heavily dominant, CT sides. And it's by virtue of the fact that some of these T sides aren't as refined as perhaps you'd want it to be. You saw some missed smokes on Nuke from Clique eSports, on the same for eMasters on Vertigo. That there was that lack of refinement, that lack of, T side prowess that you see coming through. But on a map like Inferno, where everyone should be on a level playing field, everyone's played this for donkeys years.
100%, yeah.
You should see, a bit more of an even playing field. But maybe you see that return to form that we've seen on the previous maps where, your T side isn't as strong and these CT sides can run away with things.
I personally do believe that this CT side will run away with it the first half. But once again, if that's the case, and we'll probably see that in the second half as well with the other team, obviously I reckon Clique is going to probably pick this CT side first due to the fact that it is definitely the favoured side, and there you go. Clique is going to definitely be picking that. Therefore, Clique may pick up this first half, but eMasters can come back straight away. And here we go. I've just had news. We're going to be going straight into this game now. Pistol round will commence, and I'm hoping to see, actually, I want to see eMasters pick up this pistol round to see how Clique can deal with the adversities that have been faced. Obviously, going in maybe to an anti-eco or going into a proper eco to be able to fall by the next round, knowing that this map is going to be closer than the other ones as it's nobody's pick. It's just a decider, but everyone should, as you said, be on a level playing field. And already we have a little bit of slow aggression, but Rack already going for a bit of a faster approach to this, along with his teammate, which will be Zimzy. We've seen him on entries before. We've seen him here, well, not in this position exactly, but we've seen him in these types of positions. And Banana seems to be the place to go. Husky just getting a lurk through. If Zimzy turns around now, that's pretty much a free pick. And he has turned around, and that is a free pick, and nobody's there to trade because the rest of the team are going up towards mid. Literally all 4 players for eMasters can be walking their way up and shimmying their way up. Zimzy not going to be able to get any information out of that. Not many steps have been heard yet, and not many steps have actually been have occurred just yet for this eMasters side. They are going to go through towards this long push. Maforia spotted them out. The bomb as well. Dexter gets a trade through against Mr. Hoy. That's not Mr. Hoy at all, but Emmy going in for Zimzy. And now it's Dexter as well as the rest of his team behind him. Verres is not going to get cleared, and that is practically the round over already. We've seen Emmy with the P250. We haven't seen him connect too many shots, and there you go. That's another stray one right there. It's a 1 versus 3. How on earth is he going to get this? Verres has a kit as well, so even if he gets the bomb, plants it, once again, it's still a 2 versus 1 at that point. But come on, this is practically unwinnable. eMasters not being able to make the best of this thing, and stack on top of each other. He does get Verres, as I predicted, but once again, that's it. Clique Esports winning the first round. Going to be able to buy up very heavily here. Do you think we'll see an anti-eco?
I'm not sure about that one. Just turning back to that pistol round, I think eMasters had a misread there. You know, they take that CT control, and that's a lot of space to have, but ultimately they don't really do too much with it, and the misread comes through because they had so much space around long that you can expect 2 players over towards B, and I'm not sure what the kind of read was there from the IGL to go for that kind of a peak, because they were fairly certain that there was only 1 player over towards A. But in any case, it's going to be full Glocks out for eMasters, trying to save up that utility, economy for the rounds moving forward. For MP9, going to try and farm some money, but Zimzy with the FAMAS with 2 tactical kills, and Rack to help out up towards top middle. Glocks not really going to do too much in this sort of a situation.
Oh my god, that's a lie right there. They found 1 pick. That's always bigger than 0, and I'm pretty sure that Clique is going to feel that as a bit of a heavy detrimental to their economy now. That MP9 could have been really strong in pretty much any of these positions. As we know, Inferno's a pretty close map, apart from middle and maybe long banana, you know, all the way down from car, all the way down to the bottom of banana. But then again, nobody really fights that unless you're going for a play, and usually if you're going for that play, deep banana will be smoked off. We did see that as well, as Zimzy, along with Maforia, both are going for that long play, and here you go. There is what I'm talking about. It's a Molotov, it's a smoke, but not able to convert any kills here, not at all. Husky and Emmy getting 2, and Husky only being able to grab the 1, but that's okay because it looks like they may be able to grab another one, because Mug is going to be trying to hold this bomb site all on his own. Zimzy once again holding on his own as well. 4 players stacked up towards Banana. Husky going to be the 5th, and it's all down to the swing. It's a good one, grabbing 2, almost a 3rd. As a matter of fact, Mr. Hoy, 11 HP remaining. That is almost a 3rd indeed, and I'm pretty sure that should be the round over, as Mug, he's on the opposite side of the map, you know. He's got a kit, bear in mind, but the MP9 obviously can go through Banana to grab a gun. He doesn't know if anyone's holding the weapons that are down there. And the thing with the anti-eco, if they had played that, their utility wouldn't have been great. Their weapons may not have been as strong as they were now, and I think that was the best call for them, is going for that eco in general, just to have all Glocks. There you go, there's the AK, there's the hold. Mr. Hoy taking down Mog to find that first round for eMasters. You expect them to lose that round, after all they are playing bonus, but using the weapons that they had from last round. Clique Esports, wow, as I said, it's going to be a 50-50 game, I'm pretty sure. I mean, all eMasters have to do now is win this one. The economy isn't looking great for Clique, of course, because, you know, it's the start of the game. Not much loss bonus, not much to, you know, win or lose in this situation. But this first half, both of these halves are going to be extremely close and tied together. Yeah, absolutely. Tough start to the matchup for Clique Esports. Although they have the round advantage, the economic situation is definitely not in their favour. You can see Rack going for a very audacious kind of a position in Boiler here, and it's not really expected, but at the same time, if you're following your protocols correctly, if you're going for your default right, you should really clear him out, so it shouldn't be too much of a worry. Although, you know, things never really work out as they should in CS, and there you go, Emmy picking up a kill up towards top banana is going to throw a spanner into the works. That was just an MP9, but with the players alive, you know, you want to keep them alive for as long as possible until that site hit comes in, and so falling a man down at the start of the round is not a good start to CT side, although look at this push into top middle.
As the smoke fades, I don't know if Rack's going to be... Oh, there you go.
Don't clear it. As you said, the protocols have not been followed at all, and Moshi's going to have to, put his head on a swivel to try and flick around there. Also getting pressured not only from Boiler, but also from Shaw. And it's a 2 versus 2 situation. It's Dexter and Husky against Mog and Zimzy, 2 of the best players for Clique Esports this entire map so far, this entire match so far. Zimzy delivering once again. We've seen it before, and here we are again. It's Dexter left alone in the 1 versus 2. Already got his rotation in, going to be getting the bomb down. He doesn't know there's a player anchoring here. We know that there isn't, and they're going to have to retake this together. Oh, he's going to be going right into them, isn't he? No, he is not. I lied to you completely. He's going to be sitting on towards this slight position on top of, is it Orange? I think they call it. Orange, yeah. And there you go. Nobody's going to clear it. It's down to a 1v1. Dexter swings out with the flash, but that timing isn't great. And Zimzy, we've seen him deliver these rounds so many times. We're going to see him deliver these rounds so many more times on this map. We know this map's going to be close. We 100% know that because of the way the utilities played, the way that both teams know how to play the map. But Clique Esports, they seem to be once again dominating the scene. They seem to know what they're doing.
Yeah, I really think that came down to Husky going for that push into Boiler. If he's just able to stay alive, even just sit around in apps for a little bit, he can hear that rotation coming through. Maybe just shut the round down right there, but he goes for the peak, gets taken down with no damage even done, and that's just really where it falls apart. You know, we've seen Dexter in these clutch situations before, and he's been a bit hit or miss with them, but yeah, it's just an unfortunate situation. Clique Esports with 3 rounds. Look at this change of pace though. eMasters pushing up Banana, and they're taking players, taking names. Zimzy can return 1, but that's a 3rd player. Virez trying to lock down the fort, trying to hold off this aggression, and just as he holds this corner, eMasters slow things down. Moshi, be careful, my friend. There's a player lurking around the corner, and the Molotov to boot. That's a good bit of aggression from Virez, and that does help to calm the tides.
That definitely does help as well, and I don't know, man, that change of pace definitely caught most of the players for Clique Esports off guard. You do see Virez alone anchoring this side, making sure nobody's pushing onto it. Husky wants to find maybe a little bit of aggression, keep the space up towards Deep Banana, but the rest of the players for Clique Esports will be staying on this A-bomb side. This could be a good read, however, it's just Dexter making sure nobody is behind, and it does look like they're going to go for this B hit, which means that Virez is alone to fend for himself against 2 AKs, a Galil with a FAMAS in hand. Not the weapon that you're going to want in this type of situation, but definitely one of the players you're going to want in this type of situation, especially if they don't clear him like they didn't, like Clique didn't clear last round. They clear it this time though, and Husky is able to find the frag, AK in hand, and that is going to be a very good frag to find, especially when Rack is on the flank. And I thought he was dead there. I thought he was dead for certain. Not able to pick up the AK, start sprinting around the corner, and for some reason he just tries to go for a hero play. We've said it so many times during this series, we've said it so many times during this matchup, this best of 3. We've seen so many hero plays from both sides not work out as we would have wanted them to. The bomb will go down towards that default position now, and it is Mr. Hoy and Husky both together in a 2 versus 1, and they do not make any mistakes against an MP9. That is their 2nd round on the board. Economy's not great for Clique, and there you go.
Yeah, I think really the pressure the situation got to Rack there. You know, he gets that initial kill and he's like, okay, boys, I'm going to do it. I'm going to help you out. And then just running up Banana, just doesn't expect any of the positions up at top Banana. He expects both these players to be on site for some reason. Maybe the time being low, I'm not too sure. Maybe a miscommunication. But whatever the reason, you know, he's just running up there, completely fluffs it. And now he's stuck in this situation where Clique Esports, they've dropped another one. And, well, eMasters are looking to rampage ahead. Although their Swag 7 up at top Banana, it's so lethal, so deadly and so annoying, I've got to say, when you're coming up against players that can pull a Swag 7. Nice kills in return though, up towards top middle, and
oh, that's unlucky there from Mog. Obviously just getting a bit of aggression down. Once again, these hero plays, they don't help out too much, but if you actually manage to pull them off, especially in an eco round, that could be big for you. You've already got 2 picks on the board from Zimzy and the Mag 7. They're 2 great picks to find, and of course Virez is now the last alive. Once again, you can't really expect him to do much in this situation, but Husky beats his head, and that's a head taken clean off with AK in the hands of him as well. He's actually going to go for this, I think, and he actually has a very, very good chance for this round. He's got every single piece of utility you could ever want. He smokes himself off, the flash goes through, he's going to jump up towards Orange here, and Emmy might be caught on the timing. He definitely is. 1v1 situation, no kit in hand for Virez, but he's going to swing, and he's going to find the pick onto Moshi. What? Is he getting
the time?
Sorry, okay. I'm
Is it
hoping
gonna
this
have time?
time. I'm hoping this time because that was actually nuts.
Our audio is messed up for those of you
Yeah,
at
we
home, so we
can't
have
hear.
no idea if he has time or not.
Okay, he has time.
Okay,
there you go. That was fantastic from Vera. That decision right there for him to go for that clutch, that was insane. I had a bit of note there.
Yeah,
He definitely has time. We realised that after he won the round.
Yeah.
But, no, that 5-7 play, managing to pick up the AK and deciding, you know what, I have time to go for this. I'm going to go for this. That flash, perfect. Emmy just caught on a really bad timing, not able to see exactly where he hits. It's a very good smoke. Maybe a little bit lucky. He wasn't quite aligned. He didn't quite see one, but this change of pace once again towards Banana. Very blind.
Yeah, everyone's blind, but Banana Control has been forfeited. eMasters have a lot of space to work with, and they've got a decent bit of utility. They can pull back now. They can take top middle, and then they have an open playing field. It really depends what the reaction is from Clique, whether they want to hold this top middle, whether they want to go for that retake in top Banana. But yeah, you can see this repositioning here. eMasters going to take stock of their situation, just leaving Emmy behind to make sure that they have a little bit of presence in Banana. There's a top mid take, and now Clique Esports, what's the reaction? How are you going to make sure that you're in good positions, good crossfires for this site hit?
I really don't want to like stray off the subject of CSGO, but right now all I hear in the background is Sweet
Caroline from the pub quiz.
But despite that fact, it is still a 5v5. No casualties have been found for both teams on the playing field. Clique Esports so far with a pretty good advantageous position, and you see here this could be good timing for Virus. Instead, no, it's bad timing for him as Mr. Hoy is able to pick him off, but Mog there to get one, not only one but two, and then a third as well. Wait, no, that's the chain kill. I think.
You know what? We'll give it to him.
They will give it to him. Yeah, that's 3 for him on the board. And now they're going to have trouble trying to clear this Apps position. That's one of the places that they're going to want to, keep an eye on. And Mr. Hoy on 5 HP does not want to overswing this and overcommit to a fight, which is exactly what he did there, jumping on top of the bicycle, but backing straight out of that as soon as he saw the rifle in his Simsy up against Dexter as well as Mafori, who's going to be swinging out there. Mr. Hoy and Pit, they know both positions of the players, and so does Dexter, but that's going to be it. Mr. Hoy in the 1v1, and that is not what you want to see from eMasters with pretty much a weapons advantage. Mog going to be clutching up that round and finding the defuse, grabbing an AK for himself or an M4 potentially, whatever he can save in the time that he has. But that was such a good round from him. It would have been a 4K had Husky not killed his teammate.
Yeah, absolutely. Mug, really impactful kills down the balcony, just able to stay alive and be so annoying for Dexter, or sorry, Mr. Hoy in the pit. If Mr. Hoy swung out a little bit more, then he might have been able to get that kill before his teammate died, but you know what? That's the way the cookie crumbles, that's the way things work out. 5-2, Clique Esports, eMasters changing things up by pushing middle.
At the end of the day, though, you have to also remember that Mr. Hoy was 6 HP. I don't really think he wants to commit to a fight in that situation, but here you go. Talking about committing to a fight, eMasters are taking the fight straight to long, getting the AWP out of the game. No, I've lied, that was not an AWP, but there was an AWP pick somewhere. However, it went from fast aggression straight back to slow aggression. A little bit of noise queued there from Emmy dropping the weapon. They are going to shift walk all the way back. Look at the rotations that have been queued. Off of that aggression, you have Mephoria, who has swung all the way up to CT, making sure they're not going to be pushing that CT, but Vera is posted with an AWP. You do not want to be swinging up into his crosshair here, and this looks like it's going to be exactly what's going to happen. And now they're going to just swing right into this. Yes, they are, and Virez is not only good for one, but also able to get a bit of a rotational play here, get into a better position to make sure he can fend off the rest of the side. M4 being picked up, fully blind, not able to connect the second shot, as they are starting to get this side control, shooting another bullet. He's going stray. Everything so far, apart from that first shot, has gone stray. Another shot, stray again, one more bullet in the magazine. Swapping to the M4, and Mr. Hoy playing mind games, and able to take out that pick, the shoulder peak. Mr. Hoy's going crazy here. Emmy on the flank is actually whipped it, and Mog is taking that kill for himself. But Mr. Hoy going absolutely crazy on for the ace. Can the ace the clutch as well? No! Mog once again going huge, going big. His second 3K in 2 rounds, winning it out for Clique. Going to be able to save the AWP as well. I've got to say, it's so unlucky from Virez. That was very good play from Mr. Hoy, being able to bait all 5 shots. The one thing about the AWP nerf that we will see quite often is the fact that those 5 shots come in, you bait. All you have to do is bait out 5. Bait out 5, you rush them. Bait out 5, you rush them, you know what I mean? Whereas before, can't really bait up shots like that, you know? Maybe you bait it out 1 and then you re-swing it and wide swing it to try and catch them off on the timing. But you can't do that anymore. The AWP doesn't have that much, but the AWP has not enough potential. No, sorry, other way around.
Too much potential.
Too much potential.
There we go.
But there you go. This is it. That was it. 6-2 on the board for Clique now. It's such a one-sided affair at the moment. Mr. Hoy getting burned quite a bit, 60 HP remaining for him, a lot of damage from the Molotovs. That's good nade damage especially. They are regaining this banana control, and I don't think I've seen Mafori on a different gun other than an MP9 this entire map so far. Husky getting the smoke down and ready. You do see though, Mog has a very good position underneath Hut. And as a matter of fact, Husky's just going to go ahead and drop down and create a sound cue for Mog to realise that they're rotating out. 3 players stacked up towards his A bomb site, whereas the other 2 on towards B. Zimzy getting the smoke ready, making sure he can halt this aggression as soon as possible. The aggression may be halted, but instead it's not going to. They're going to be pushing for the smokes, and Euphoria with the MP9 once again. I've only seen him with that gun this entire map so far, and he's good for one. Zimzy swings off the contact, and oh my god, Virez has absolutely annihilated Dexter on top of Orange there. And the bomb has gone down. They have a lot of time to regain control. The flash in towards Ruins or Church. Husky getting aggressive. Husky finding not 1 but 2 frags. And that is it. Virez with the open hand. They're going to have to try and find something out of this round. 5 bullets and a dream. He knows where the bomb's planted. Both playing towards Ruins. They're going to have to try and get a flank. He's not aware of it and he will die. And Husky, oh my god, he went crazy. Jesus Christ, what a round there from eMasters, able to regain the control, bring the aggression onto that B bomb site, and it's too much for Zimzy and Mafforia, who bear in mind, still had an MP9.
Yeah.
He's had an MP9 pretty much every round. I feel bad for the man, hasn't been able to fully buy.
He's got a deagle now.
Yeah, well, it's even worse for him. He's had MP9s, now he's got a deagle. When is he ever going to get an M4? Give this man an M4, somebody. Oh my god. But that's how it goes sometimes in CS. The economy is always a difficult thing to manage. And it seems though he didn't manage it very well. 6-3 on the board now. Of course, eMasters seeming to find a little bit of momentum. A lot of tag damage once again for Mr. Hoy. He always seems to get a lot of HP taken off during trying to take this banana control. And as a matter of fact, he is just going to back up, knowing 3 players are here because of all the nades and Util that has gone down. And it will be Virez who's maybe looking to get a rotate in. Actually, it will be all 3 players for Clique Esports, apart from Mafori, who may just be anchoring down this site. And the mid-aggression will be taken very shortly and very steadily.
Yeah, I think, you know, a symptom of this buy is just that you have to go for a stack. You have to go for those information plays. You can't really sit back in your normal default and expect to win a round. So just hoping to stack the numbers in one direction, and they've gambled right, but can they convert? Zimzy with 1. Oh, almost another. Moshi will return the favour though. And suddenly there's an A wrap available, but there's 3 players on site. I don't know if eMasters are going to be expectant of this kind of a play. Husky with a smoke out will help his teammates get some space, but Rack with the deagle on site. Mog, not an issue.
What a shot there.
Look at
Dexter.
this. The player on site, they've not expected it. Virez
picks up well. Oh, that's so unlucky.
So dangerous. So dangerous from the pistols there on the site, but Husky can calm the tides, and you know he's been a reliable pair of hands to leave the round in.
Yeah, 100%. Husky so far has been absolutely annihilating this Clique Esports defense. The way that he's been playing these post-plant situations. I mean, they didn't get the bomb down that round, but I'm going to call that a post-plant situation because they're all pretty much set up. They're all ready for the bomb plant, not able to clear the last bit of sight. However, that's not too much of a problem when you've got Husky on your team because he just goes crazy. Those demon modes, of course. Oh my god, that is actually disgusting from Dexter as well. Can I just point out that reaction time? That's only possible on LAN.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You don't hit those shots online, buddy. But you know what? Clique Esports, they've been kind of rocked. You know, they got those 6 rounds, and we were saying, you know, oh, Clique Esports, they're looking really good. But suddenly the rifles come out. You know, a couple of clutches, close 1v1s, and eMasters have things back in their favour as they look to move up to 5.
And there goes the bomb, and there goes the round pretty much. They're certainly USPs. You can't really fault them that much. Mog is the only player with a deagle. The only player I'd actually want with a deagle. Maybe Zimzy on that too, but there goes. There goes Virez, the Orpa, who actually sadly missed a flick that last round. To take Husky down. Husky once again just annihilating, just constantly. A massive threat and a massive vein. A massive just pain, you know? Yeah. You can't get rid of him. It's like a parasite. He's just stuck on you and latches onto you. And Emmy just wants to get this kick. The jumping back 10 is no.
Oh, okay.
Euphoria.
All right.
Actually, Difficult back 10 with a USP. And maybe different back 10, but it's just the jump. I always see people jumping back 10.
It's the jumping accuracy is ridiculous.
I
and
know,
it's so hard
crazy
to jump, like to click on a player's head. But in any case, it is an inconsequential result. Just a Mac 10 falling 5-6. eMasters coming back into things, but here we go. We have the rifles back on board for both of these squads. No AWP in the hands of any Clique esports players. Perhaps Virez would have liked to have had one, but as you said, the economy is a real factor in this sort of a situation. Can Clique esports come back? Can they bring back that good form that we saw on Vertigo and even at the start of this matchup here?
We've seen this so many times, though. We see Clique dominate one half of the game, and then eMasters start to come back as they start to find their own momentum. And I think that's a very, very good thing for eMasters. Not only do they not like tilt or whatever, or, you know, they're actually able to regain their mental, they're able to regain their strength, they're able to regain pretty much everything. Got control, but there you go. It's a fast pop out. Moshi able to pick off Mug as it leaves Rack alone to fend off the site on his own against a 1 versus 3. 3 players all swinging him at once, and once again, Husky, the devil, the demon, just absolutely annihilating this Clique esports defense. I don't think Mog expected that swing out from heaven. Husky on 12 HP, Moshi on 55. Will they go for this? Absolutely not. They're on low money. That's a good call in my opinion. Literally 0 for Virez, Mog and Mephoria, but what can you do in that situation? It's a fast pop, you don't expect it. Maybe you expect a B hit there, which is why there was only 2 players. And again, B, one of those places on this map that's always going to be like a really, really, really difficult place to defend. It's such a tight and narrow angles that 1 molly can practically force out the whole team. 2 mollies probably the most important. And Emmy looking for these exits, grabbing the exits as well, losing quite a bit of HP, but he will survive. And so will 2 of the Clique esports players. I'm reckoning that they probably wanted another one. But that's that, and that's the end of that. That's 6-6 on the board. It's now a 50-50 chance for whoever goes into this half victorious so far. It's looking like an eMasters because of the economy of Clique. Not too much money to spend, not too much cash to splash, and therefore eMasters should take this round and maybe even the next if they're able to, that is.
Yeah, absolutely. Husky on the entry brings out the absolute dog in him. Missed Molotov. That's not what you want to see if you're Moshi.
Is this NA?
Well, Mephoria going for an NA push. He's going to be punished by Husky. Ooh, Mr. Ahoy almost punished himself. These aggressions from Clique esports, the hero plays, are not coming through, and this is absolutely not what you want to see. Of course, you know, the buy situation isn't great, but you've seen them go for stacks. You know, that A-site stack came down to a 1 versus 1. Why not go back to what was, you know, kind of working, but in any case, not going to be the result that we want to see out of Clique esports. It is going to be 7 as eMasters look to take the lead. Mog left alive with just a bit of 5-7 and armor. I'm
just really confused to why Mr. Hoy still had a Mac 10. Like, he had so many opportunities to buy. He had 6.5 grand before that round. He had the Mac 10 just jumping around the map. I mean, fair enough, whatever works for you, works for you. Clique esports right back at it again with the utility. The amount of money they had there is actually pretty good. It allows Virez actually to get himself an AWP, a big green in his hands to maybe diff a bit of Dexter, because he has been playing extremely well with that AWP, holding down some angles that you would hope to hold down yourself as a CT side. You saw the shoulder peak as well, that the only shot you could hit on land, definitely not on line. This flash is one of the best ones in the game in my opinion for grabbing that banana control, and it's always going to happen. You're always going to see it in any type of game, whether it's face hit, matchmaking, or even land, and Virez missing his shot, not able to convert like Dexter can. But he's going to try and maybe re-swing this as he looks for the boost, but there you go, as I said, like Dexter can. Virez, it's okay, buddy. Everyone misses a shot every once in a while, and look at Husky's positioning here. He's practically cleared out a lot of apps. Sorry, a lot of apps and a lot of control will be taken here. I think Husky maybe will go for this hero play here to try and maybe clear a bit of short, get a little rotation going on A. Little do Clique it, eMasters know there's 1 player on towards this B bomb site, and that will be Mephoria. We haven't really seen him on his own, and we haven't really seen him anchor that much on many sites. However, you know, you can never really predict anything, and there you go, Rack finding the lurk, and this is where the execute will start to commence, and there you are, the nade's already down. Mephoria trying to hold them back with a bit of util of his own. He's only got 4 kills, but KD's not looking too strong. Maybe he can convert a couple of picks here. They haven't cleaned him up properly just yet, and he gets 1. Traded out instantly by Moshi. That's a good smoke spam there, getting a lot of damage. Now look at the HP on all 3 of these eMasters players, as Max wants to spam as well on the MOG. Mog is able to find another spam there. Oh, he would have got the pick.
If only they had ghost vision like us.
No, it would have been crazy to see that. I mean, That's
Dexter.
literally wall hacks though, so I guess.
Yeah, it is.
Uh,
Dexter, 1 versus 2, low health, but has it all in hand, so plenty to work with. Even that Molotov, if he drops that at the right time, that's the round done and dusted. We'll have to see how this transpires, though. Smoke dropped by Zimzy. There you go, the Molotov pulled out.
Maybe we'll see an Olaf play.
That might be it. That might be it. That right there.
They're going to have to.
Has to go for this push. There you go. Round's done. Dexter. What a play from this man's game sense. Even the bomb taken down. What is that? Dexter, Giga Brain Chad out here just winning rounds without even firing a bullet. How has he pulled that one off? But that's 8 rounds for eMasters as they've already won the round difference in the half.
As soon as those spams started to come in through the smoke and the tag damage that was being done, I fully thought that was Clique Esports rounds, but now we know that eMasters will go into this second half victorious, and all they have to do now is either play it safe or try and go for a push, maybe try and get another round on the board to give them a bit more of an advantage, because obviously as soon as it goes 8-7, then whoever wins the pistol round already, oh my god, Moggy's going to get a brilliant pick there, a hero play also, would have been able to be traded out by Rack there. But no need, as soon as Mog gets that pick, he just runs straight out. They don't need that control anymore, they just get a kill and dip. But look at the control that's being held here. We've got Mr. Hoy on the AWP, as well as Emmy pushing up deep banana now. I don't think they're going to expect this, but even if they don't, oh well, there's a player there, but there's 2 of them actually. It is Zimzy to get the frag, and they're stacked on top of each other. Nobody ever clears this apart from Mr. Hoy, who is able to find one, and Dexter also able to find yet another. And now, once again, a 3 versus 2. Moshi on 8 HP. Mr. Hoy going for these hero plays, knowing his teammate is low, knowing he has to try to either sacrifice himself for the kills and get the round down and dusted. There you go, he's done it again. That's his 3rd. Wow. And Moshi, not even through the smoke, I lied, but able to win out that round. 9-6 on the board for eMasters. I thought that round would have been Cliques again to win. 8 HP for Moshi. 8 HP. You cannot write this. You really can't.
Absolutely, eMasters just putting on an absolute clinic on that T side of Inferno, playing really well, and I think they just outplayed Clique Esports on those mid-rounds, on those individual decisions to just play out those clutches in slightly different ways and catching the right timings. It's just really fortunate for them moving forward. Can eMasters pick up this pistol and really run away with things and close things out here? Well,
this map is so CT-sided, and eMasters might actually be able to run away with this one. The fact that they're up after playing on T side, that's already a big downfall for Clique. I don't know how their mentor's going to be doing after that. Hopefully they reset it. If not, then it's going to be big problems here as they do start to get this long push down. We saw this from eMasters as well, which is went successfully. But Emmy is not going to make it as successful as they're going to be hoping for. Moshi going for a swing 2, but before we were able to pick off that player, now they have man advantage. The site at their disposal. Pretty much every bit of control you can ask for. They've got pit, they've got apps, and they have the site. It's going to be 2 flashes for the retake, a 5-7 on Dexter, and it's going to be the retake. Dual Beretta, sorry. Zimzy also able to find one. The Dual Beretta is coming out for Dexter. Zimzy. Oh my god, it's a 3 versus 1 for Dexter with these Dual Berettas. Everyone wants these guns. Nerfed, and nerfed they will be as soon as Zimzy hits that headshot. That is 3 kills for him that round. This man is on fire.
Absolutely, really strong round there. Clique Esports coming back into things and showing they've got just as much firepower on the other side. They might have a fantastic T-side of their own. Look at this force, though, from eMasters, trying to keep the pressure on, trying to make sure that Clique Esports can't run away with things. And, well, this is going to be a very important round, a swing round, if you will, moving forward for the rest of the matchup.
Is that a CZ75 on Dexter?
It is.
People still play that?
Yeah, surprisingly. Not me.
That gun is awful. Yeah. What is the point in that? Alright, well, Dexter's now forced himself a CZ75 with a HE nade and a flashbang at his disposal. Similar with Emmy, but he's actually chose the better version of that gun, which will be the 5.7. And of course,
throwing the shade.
But the CZ is awful, I can't even lie. Moshi has just about enough money to pick himself up an MP9 with that Kevlar, no helmet for him, so any tap in the head with even the Galil and the scalp to the body will kill him as well. Husky with a Deagle and 2 flashes, a decent amount of utility here for eMasters to try to maybe retake a site. As you can tell, they're definitely playing retake B, which may actually be the site which will be here. The long smoke going down now from Zimzy. Going to also get a flash over with his teammate Mog with him at his disposal in case he wants to trade him out or try to go for some picks. It is literally just Mr. Hoy on this bomb site all alone, and he's feeling the struggles of this already. Just play retake, son. No need to go for something insane here. A flashbang going out. Is he staying in the smoke? Yes, he is. They're all just walking right past him. But Zimzy outside of that smoke with an AK, and Rack just turning around at the perfect time to find out exactly where Mr. Hoy was. And Emmy going to try and get a bit of aggression there too, but Rack able to find a second for him. And now it's the CZ75. It's not even a good skin either. That skin cost like 15p, mate. Come on. Oh.
You're throwing so much shade at Dexter right now. He's going to come down after the cast to scrap you, mate.
Hey, he scraps me. I don't know. I'll take the CZ. I don't know. That CZ is so bad. It's actually like double dink doesn't kill someone. What's the point in it? Every gun in the game double dink kills someone. Even the USP a double dink kills someone with Kevlar helmet. Like, why would you? I'd choose a USP over a CZ to be honest. You got the spray potential maybe, just learn the spray pattern I guess. But there's just no point to it in my opinion either way. Clique will win that round, and they are actually going to go for a save. They are going to want to save this armor, and for some reason the CZ. But Clique going into the next round victorious, of course. They have weapons advantage once again. The economy not looking too strong. The MP9 is still in the hands of Moshi. That could be a weapon that is favoured. And they are going to go for this B stack. All 5 players all stacked together. All ready for an aggression, all ready for the aggression, which will obviously occur. And as a matter of fact, they're the ones that are going to be aggressed instead. They're the ones that are going to be aggressive instead, shall I say. As Rack looks to Molotov car and throw a flash over to maybe regain some of this control. Mr. Hoy, we've seen him playing smokes before. We're going to see it again. He played in a similar position, but this time, it was over towards Fallen. And look now. All of the rotation, everybody but going back to A, apart from Mr. Hoy, who has been the single-hand anchor, and it's not worked too well for him on this bomb site. He's always been forced out with the USP. He's obviously going to get forced out once again. He spots one player and runs away in fear. Now, it's going back to slow and steady, and as a matter of fact, they're all going back. Clique have read this perfectly. Look at the position now. Look at the rotations coming in. The only player left alone on this A site is Dexter, but even he wants to rotate out, knowing this CZ is not going to do too much damage. And Clique now executing towards this long position. A smoke for Library. And the pushes will start to commence. Oh, I was going to say the timing may be good, but instead it seems he's going to be holding that angle, and they don't know this, but the entire site is at their disposal. Every little angle, every crook is at their disposal. They can plant anywhere they want. They can plant for anywhere they want because they can play anywhere they want. And now a mid-aggression will come free from the rest of the eMasters side there, looking maybe to find a few guns, maybe find a few exits, as their economy isn't too great this round, and their weaponry definitely isn't too great this round. Maybe going to try and save a Galil, maybe an AK, but that probably won't happen. That's 9-9 on the board. That is going to be equal.
9-9 moving forward. Try and get some exit frags. Will be traded instantly, and there's a couple more pistols to find. Zimzy though cleaning up on aisle 5. He has mop in hand and it's called an AK, but you know what, he's traded back as well. Emmy with the USP, and that's a bit of damage, but Mephoria will calm the tides, and well, there you go. 3 players alive. Clique Esports will lock in that 9th, and well, we're back on the rifle rounds, and this is what we want to see, you know, at these two teams. When we came into this one, we don't really want to see those force buy wars. We want to see who the real best team is, and that's through these rifle rounds.
I think if Dexter had a 5-7 there, he would have actually got on the pick. But it's just the CZ, man. I think,
you know, that individual decision making, not there, right?
No, I think we should probably change the gun, but then again, what can you do? What can you do indeed? It's 9-9 on the board, as you've mentioned. This is actually a really close game. This is what I predicted, a really close game. Of course, we had the first half. We had Clique dominating it until eMasters came back, and then it was 9-6, and then once again, 9-9, back equal. Look at the money that they have. Look at the money Clique have. Sorry, they've gone into this as a bonus round. The players that saved last round are going to be keeping their guns, and Rackers just went out. Oh my god, what? He has just completely cleaned up the B bomb site for Clique, and he has been the hero in this round. 11 HP to spare, picking himself up an M4, and that is going to be that, I reckon. That is a 5 versus 3. Look at the economy for eMasters. Once again, not great whatsoever. What is he just... Okay,
I think
he's probably throwing the guns away.
Yeah,
that makes a little bit more sense, but it just took a very long time. Oh no, he's dropping the gun to Mog because he had a Galil.
Oh, okay.
That's smart. I didn't even notice.
Get you a teammate like Rack who will juggle the guns for you, right?
That's so cute.
Yeah.
I shipped them already. But yeah, eMasters is going for this save. They know they're going to need to keep their weapons because look at the money they have. It's absolutely nothing.
I've got to say, I don't know whose M4 it is, either Mr. Hoy or Emmy, but that lurker sticker is the most cringe thing I've ever seen. Like, Who would put a certified lurker sticker on any gun?
I'll tell you the most cringe one. It's welcome to the clutch. I hate that sticker so much. Oh my god. The amount of times I've seen people with that sticker on their gun and they just don't even get a frag when they're trying to clutch out. I don't know. I find that even worse than that the lurker one. But I mean, you know, whatever floats your boat. I guess at least you have a decent karambit? What am I on about? Decent butterfly knife skin there. And this is going to be more aggression towards the bottom banana. And here we go. There's a fight there. And Emmy finds one on Rack. And down goes the player that entered for you last round. Down goes the player that was practically the hero last round. And down goes Banana Control, which allows the rest of eMasters to kind of stack towards his A position, knowing that Banana will be held. And Husky able to make it a two-man advantage for eMasters. And it's Rack and Zimzy who have fallen. And two of probably the, I'd say, better entries, maybe not the better, but two of the main entries for Clique Esports. And now it's Virez, Mog and Mephoria left in the 5 versus 3. The positioning isn't great for either of these players. They haven't got really too much to fight with, and they actually have numbers advantage on this bomb site as well, with Emmy just anchoring up towards Banana. Mog is genuinely just, not Mog, sorry, they're just trying to find something out of this. They're holding a decent crossfire. Oh my god, Virez!
Game sense, just to even realise that that play was possible was really impactful. Virez trying to even the playing field, and look at this rotation, instantly heading back towards B. I think they're trying to sell the fake. Virez, low health, he's just going to commit, try and pull the rotation, but this push from Husky, that's a real mistake, and Mog takes advantage as well, almost eliminates everyone on site. Mephoria has open site control. Virez trying to rotate in, is eliminated. 2 versus 1, Mephoria in for the clutch, 20 seconds to work with, locks in the plant, and well, how are Dexter and Emmy going to approach this? Group up towards long, they're going to push through the smoke together, it's just a matter of timing. Will Mephoria look in the right direction? And Dexter through the edge of the smoke, there's a gap, and Mephoria has no euphoria as he loses that one, 10-10.
I love that wordplay. That's smart.
Yeah.
It rhymes. That was good. I
like
that.
it? Yeah.
I'm going to use that, you know. No, that was a really good round from Clique. Obviously, I thought they'd rotate back to B, knowing that this side was definitely stacked after taking that really deep banana control. But instead, they fake the rotate, and you get Husky pushing up. He's going to be, you know, trying to go for a hero play. We've seen the eMasters do it again. They're going to do it as many times as possible. But I think the main thing to look at there is the way that Clique re-hit that site, the way that they were able to find the frags and find the picks and get onto the site in general. Obviously, it's unlucky. Virez has bad timing in middle, but you can't do anything about that. He was low HP anyway. Either way, he was either going to use his bait for his teammate, or he's going to be the first swinger, I reckon. And look at that! More deep and under control. They just haven't learned. Mr. Hoy finding the pick and grabbing himself an AK-47. Obviously the most favoured rifle in the game. And
those nades.
Yeah, those nades are really good. And Rack finds himself racking up a lot of damage.
Hey, there we go. I rate it.
Thank you.
Mr. Hoy actually picks up Mephoria's smoke, so this banana is on lock. And one adjustment that I really want to talk about is eMasters. They've been taking this banana control with those double Molotovs, but there's no smoke deep. They just want to take those fights. They want to take that advantage, and it's completely caught Clique off guard so many times.
I think that is definitely the best thing that they've done so far in this defense, is taking that control and then knowing that they're going to have to rotate back to A because they can't re-hit banana unless they try it here. And it is Mr. Hoy fending this position alone. Never mind, Emmy's just rotated back towards him. And they haven't cleared the corner. You've got to clear that corner. Oh no, everything's going to shambles. Husky even gets a pick through mid as he swings out. We've seen him do that so many times, and he's lost his life most of them. But there you go, that's a good example of him not losing his life. Rack is trying to find something in this round as well. Mog taking a bit of damage up towards that middle position. He's going to be running back towards his teammate. He needs some help here, but there's 3 players still on this site, and 3 players will be what they find when Mog starts to rush up long, and he's got bad timing there. 20 seconds to go, and Rack can't do anything. 26 HP. It's an M4 coming out of pit. Moshi has brilliant timing there as well. I'm pretty sure they were just hunted by time. They need to get something down, and it was the wrong call.
Yeah, absolutely. Not quite working out there. eMasters looking strong, and the hero plays are starting to work out a little bit for them. I mean, you know, when it works, it looks good. It's the highlight plays, as we've said, but I don't necessarily think it's a recipe for consistent success, right? No. You know, you can't really rely on every single player to pop off in these kinds of positions. So hopefully they'll, you know, continue this good form and move forward on towards, you know, the next stage in this upper bracket. But in terms of long-term success, I think there's a big question mark there. Clique Esports, though, on the other hand, you know, they've started to cool down a little bit. I don't know. It has been back and forth. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Clique Esports are necessarily playing any worse than they were at the start of this game, but I think, you know, there is an element of you know, that calling that's missing there. You know, they seem a little bit read into by eMasters right now.
Yeah, I think that eMasters are playing this extremely well. The aggression that they're making and the control that they're grabbing is actually extremely impressive. And of course, look at the way the Clique are responding to this. They're going to go for a fast push A, but it's completely stacked and they can't get a single entry apart from Zimzy, who finds an extremely brave and daring pixel peek there to finish Dexter off. Okay, and Moshi, sat in the pit position. He is going to hold this one back, and look at that, 2 versus 4. Will they even go for this? They probably shouldn't. They haven't got too much money, and this is the part where Zimzy tries to get aggressive, and it's not what you want from your player, but Maforia actually. Oh, that's so unlucky. He swings back into short to try and find Husky, but instead Emmy's the one swinging from the opposite direction, and he's going to be the one that finds the pick. The money isn't great, it isn't perfect. The utility won't be too great for Clique either, but eMasters sitting on a very comfortable amount at the moment, along with this AWP coming out from Dexter. No kit, by the way, so
yeah,
watch out for that.
Yeah. Look, don't be a loser. Buy a diffuser. There you go. We're on the same page for that one.
Always. That's one of the greatest quotes of CS.
It really is, yeah.
I've seen so many rounds lost because of no diffuse kit. It's like, it's probably one of almost the cheapest thing to buy in the game. Like, I mean, then again, sometimes you can't afford it. Sometimes utility over diffuser until they plant the bomb, and then you have 10 seconds to defuse the bomb, and you can't.
We'll have to wait till it gets to that point, though. Right now, we're halfway through round 23, petering down to the end of this matchup, and it has been a really, really good game. You know, you saw a little bit dominant on each of these guys' map picks, but coming down to this final map, you know, 10 to 12, it's pretty even keel, almost even across the board. But right now, I feel like eMasters have definitely got the better game plan. You know, there's a bit more depth to their CT side than I was expecting coming into this one. It's just a matter if Clique can make those adjustments to come back into things.
Okay, this is Wallhack. But no, Mr. Hoy, obviously, he's been in this position before, and they're not going to clear it. Once again, they never clear this angle, but it's okay, because Maforia is able to get that peak and is able to trade his teammate out. But I reckon Virez would have been fine there. Maybe Maforia holding car instead and Virez clearing the angles, you know. Once again, they've done this so many times. They started doing it. This has been a very, very... like, it's a reoccurring theme in this defense for eMasters. They take deep banana controls in to get to pick there. But yeah, they take deep banana control, and then they stay there, and they never clear the angles. But oh, that could have been great timing. It definitely is, as Rack starts to pick up the pieces, and Maforia also there too, and it's Emmy left alone in that 1 versus 3. He thinks, nope, I'm going to save this weapon. I need this for my team. Husky, with the most amount of money, looks like they're going to have to start dropping their teammates, and look at this. It's a brilliant round. It's almost picture perfect for Clique, able to not only regain a little bit of banana control, but then also get their aggression sorted on that A site, and therefore they've got the bomb there. They're going to finish there, and they're going to win the round there. That is brilliant.
Mate, I tell you what, that round was completely hero CS. You know, let's break that down. You know, Mr. Hoy gets that kill down banana, swings out a bit too wide. Sure, you can forgive him for that Maforia with the trade. But then Husky getting that pick into apps. He runs back and then goes for that re-aggression. There's no need for that whatsoever. Husky goes down in apps, and suddenly it all just unravels and falls apart. Virez unlucky in the angles there, but come on, guys, you should be better than that. You need to be more disciplined if you want to come away with victories. And look at their econ situation now. Looking back, you know, as a coach in IGL, like, those kinds of rounds really annoy me. All it takes is that little bit more discipline, and suddenly the round's yours by far and away.
It's all about knowing when to swing. It's all about, like, for example, if you were to swing something, and it's basically comes down to this. Let's put it this way: if you swing into an angle and someone sees you, they're going to be holding that angle indefinitely, especially if they have teammates around them to hold the other angles that they're not holding. Therefore, you don't need to go for a re-challenge. You don't need to re-challenge it. Sometimes you'll come across 2 people holding the same angle as well, which is why I think Husky, once again, he swung these angles so many times, swung the same thing so many times, done the same thing, and he's actually been the reason and maybe a main factor as to why eMasters have been losing a few rounds. Don't get me wrong, he's also been the reason as to why they've been winning rounds, and I see where he gets the ego from, but at the end of the day, you just need to calm it down. You need to make sure that you get these rounds on your own. You need to make sure that you have these rounds in the bag and make sure you're not losing them. This but counter aggression here for deep long as well could come into play, but instead it's going to be once again a very aggressive long push for eMasters, and Well, they clear the angles this time if they try to regain the control. Look at Husky and the aggression again. It's good for him. Good for him, actually. Very good for him, as he does have a player to trade in there. Dexter's there, and Mog, after 2 players taken from his team, he's only able to trade the one back, and that's a brilliant swing by Dexter. Oh, my God. I hate Molotovs on this game.
Yeah, absolutely. That Molotov smoke leading to Virez's death, and this is a 2 versus 4 that is definitely on the cards, but can Clique Esports do anything about it?
I mean, 2 versus 4, not too much utility apart from maybe a smoke and 3 flashes. But then again, look at the angles on this A bomb site. The smoke and the 2 flashes aren't really, in my opinion, that helpful. Because if someone's playing on the site, they've got loads of places to hide behind, the anti-flash positions. All that's, oh my God. Okay, I was going to say it could be huge, but I didn't see Emi post up there. He does get dinked through the wall. It's not going to do too much damage for him as Mog throws down that one-way smoke to make sure he can actually get out of apartments there. But instead, before we are looking to rotate all the way back through to short with his teammate. And Mog just making sure he's clearing these angles, and so is before making sure he's checking towards his mid position. And it looks like maybe they're going to go. No, they're going to re-aggress his short position. No, I'm so confused. They just keep turning around and around.
Honestly, I think they're confused, going back and forth. Time's so low now. If they don't get every single one of these entries clean,
again, they never clear the angles. They never clear the angles. It's always Mr. Hoy. He's always good for at least one, because the same angles they are never clearing. They need to learn when to clear these angles, because every single time they have been in this position, every single time that deep control for Banana has been gained, they never ever clear those positions. And as a matter of fact, well, not saying matter of fact, it's just a definite fact, they always, Mr. Hoy's always there.
Yeah, he's always in those ratty spots, and you think, you know, by round 25, Clique Esports would get into their heads, you know, okay, we need to be clearing our protocols, we need to make sure that we're covering our bases.
Yeah.
It's just not coming through, and I think it's that lack of refinement that's really holding Clique Esports back. You know, eMasters, they're giving them opportunities, they're going for those hero plays. It's just a matter of Clique Esports covering their bases and executing.
And making sure they follow a protocol. Not only that, but bear in mind, they could be conditioning all of this. Maybe they say, okay, let's get deep banana control, but then fall off, and let's not have Mr. Hoy play there this round, which of course is conditioning. But if that's the case, they should still be clearing those angles, you know. They shouldn't have the mentality like, oh, they're going to condition this round, you know what I mean? It should always be, we need to clear these angles, as you should on pretty much every map. In every type of competitive game like this, whether it's LAN or not LAN or whatever, you always need to clear your angles. They can be anywhere. And talking about clearing your angles, Mr. Hoy, he's clearing through Banana, getting 3 picks himself, and a dink from somewhere. I'm not too sure where. Can he go for the ace? He's going to go for it, and he won't grab it. Emi's going to rob it.
That's such an Emi player as well, to swing through, steal the ace. But you know what? That's a really clean round in any situation. 14 for eMasters. We picked them to come through at the start of this matchup, and it looks like they're going to close here on Inferno as we get to the end of this matchup. And Clique Esports, they've performed so well. You know, we've seen them do such good things, and they've executed really well in certain situations, but it's just that lack of refinement, that lack of execution to come through.
I think Inferno is always a hit or a miss with certain teams and players. Some players like it, some players don't. And then again, it's deciding, you know, you have to know the map. It's one of those maps that you just know.
Yeah.
You just know it. It's like a very iconic CSGO map, you know, it's a very iconic CS map. Mr. Hoy finally taking a bit of damage toward this banana control. Look at him, 24 kills and 16 deaths. He's always good for one in that deep banana. And I think he's been insane. He's been immaculate. He's been potentially one of the best players for eMasters in this map especially. The smokes are going to go down now and force Dexter out of position. They know he has an AWP. They've known for quite a few rounds he's got an AWP. And Husky, oh, this is a brilliant place to be for him. On top of the boxes in this mid position, and see what he can see, and he can see barely anything. Jumping straight back out that smoke, Molotoving Boiler, pushing the trade back inside of apartments, and nobody's going to be able to get it. And now, look at the positions here, though. Oh, there you go. Husky again going for another hero play. There's no need for it, Husky. Calm it down. Play your team, and Mog.
No.
That's going to be a bomb site practically clear. Sorry, Dexter is the only player back here with an AWP in hand, and he's just going to back off a little bit. Maybe they go for a save here, actually.
Yeah, it's definitely a smart choice. You have no site control, you don't have the man advantage. You can go for it in this kind of a situation, but when you're 14-11 up, you can kind of give away a round. That's fine, as long as you keep these rifles up, keep your momentum moving forward, and even just retaining 2 AKs, you know, that one-tap headshot potential, especially in the hands of, like, Mr. Hoy and even Emi, you know, it's it's going to be a really good step forward. But Clique Esports, they do buy their lifeline a little bit longer. Can they get anything more after this?
I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say this because it's obviously it's a well-known fact in CS, and it might not even occur that much in these games, but I think this could be a smart option as well because of the loss bonus that Clique Esports currently have. Of course, if they win this round, they're going to get a little bit of money, but if they lose this round, this next round coming up, don't get me wrong, they have the guns, they might have a little bit of money to buy up, but they're going to have to force buy and have barely any utility for the last round if eMasters are to win this next round. Bear in mind, their money's going to go down to what, around about, maybe let's say 2.2k for Zimzy and maybe a little bit less for the rest of the players for the utility usage and all that sort of stuff. There you go, Virez on 2.7k on Zimzy, and that's a 1.9k loss bonus that they're going to get, which means Zimzy won't be able to buy Kevlar and Helmet and an AK next round because of the money that he's got, which once again is also another smart play from eMasters. I reckon that could have been maybe considered into factor when they're telling to save them again. Oh my god, there you go! The aggression again! It's always going to happen, they never expect it, and they've already shut down this round pretty much. It's a 3 versus 5. Nobody has even taken damage from eMasters, whereas Virez is half HP, 44, and that's pretty much it. They've shut it down, and the money next round won't be great for this Dexter getting the pick for himself as well. Everyone's getting their ones apart from one player because it's, you know, Emmy with the 2. Greedy, as always, getting that stealing. Mr. Hoyze stealing his spotlight.
Yeah.
He doesn't deserve that.
Nah, you know, Emmy needs a bit of love every now and then, and I'm sure there's plenty to go around as the eMasters cut down Clique Esports. Just Zimzy and Virez left to try and pick up the pieces if there's anything to be done, but with the lack of utility, it really doesn't seem like it's on the cards. It's going to have to be something miraculous. Zimzy doesn't even start with the AWP. Virez, at least he has bomb control, but not much more than that.
It's a 1v5. I mean, what can you expect from your player here? There's absolutely nothing he can do. I mean, the one thing that I would have loved to see from Clique, is potentially either countering this banana aggression by getting a bit of aggression of their own, you know, throwing out some molotovs that can stop the aggression or whatever, or maybe just full rushing A. I mean, when you look at the map, you see that there's only 2 players on A at one time, 3 players on B. Full rushing A could be a viable option due to the fact that, well, there's one for Virez, of course. Mr. Hoy, I expected that to be Husky, to be fair. That hero play again, but either way, Emmy will shut that down. The 3rd kill for him in that round. Now let's take a look at the economy for Clique. It's not going to be great. And like I said, that save could have been the reason why they did that. They could have saved it just to stop the loss bonus, and there you go. If eMasters win this, they close out the map. And that's important for them.
You know, I think, you know, you're absolutely right. You know, we haven't seen too many different looks from Clique Esports. They've kind of gone out into this defaults or gone for heavy B aggression, but we've not really seen too many apps, pops, or, you know, anything of that kind of variety. We've seen some long pushes, but still, you know, you're expecting a little bit more variety, and I think that comes back to, you know, what we were saying earlier about getting some variety in the T side. Look at this aggression, though. Again, Virez completely walks past Mr. Hoy.
Not like this.
Chips passing the night.
Oh, Virez comes out. He grabs 2. Husky finding 1 on the other side of the map as well. The hero play is going to try to go in. He is going to throw a cheeky little flashbang there to make sure he can cross into Churchill ruins, however people want to call it. And instead, he's going to be rushing all the way down, trying to get some CTE control as well. Virez pushing up towards the smoke. That is his 3rd for the round. And Dexter with Husky both going to have to either go for this or go back. Dexter getting tagged up. I think Virez wants his ace. Husky also tagged down quite a bit from Mog. He was on that lurk, and now it looks like the match point will be staggered a little bit unless they go for this.
What's going on
here?
Virez.
He could have got the ace. He was so close yet so far. And there you go. Rack picking up the pieces, finding the last pick, and that is finally an AWP. Finally.
That's such a head-scratcher of a play. eMasters, they give CT spawn, fine, whatever, but that re-aggression in Banana, like, I think it's a little bit too late to go for that kind of a play.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't know. Real head-scratcher there. I guess they're on 15 rounds and they've got good money, but now look at this situation. If eMasters lose this, if they drop all 5 players, they're going to have no money for the last round of regulation, and suddenly we're into overtime when anything goes. And Clique Esports, they have been pretty decent on these rifle rounds.
Yeah, they have been pretty decent, but once again, it's just the banana control that they haven't been able to grab and all of that. But because of that, Mr. Hoy's been able to play in these angles, and those angles have gotten him kills, and those kills have gotten him rounds, and it all just
kind of
stems
snowballs,
together.
right?
Exactly, it all just kind of tunnels together, and therefore, I think, well, the deep aggression hasn't actually come in, and you can see Virez is going to be lurking there from now on, making sure nobody tries to push it, and nobody should really peek this long position, because Dexter's always posted here from AWP. That's a good smoke, actually. I forgot about that smoke, my bad. Yeah, I don't know.
You know, you get caught up in the moment.
Yeah,
and,
I know. It's just, I don't know. I never used to throw that smoke. I used to have my own lineup for it that I used to just throw actually deep into library, but I guess that's more of a cross smoke, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then again, you do you guys. It is going to be probably an A push here. They do have 50 seconds to rethink their decision. Now, of course, you do have Moshi sat up in towards this apartment position, whereas, of course, Husky... No, sorry, he's underneath apartments. That's my apologies. And this is going to be hit. The aggression's coming out now. Flashbang goes over. Moshi's full flying. Vibez pushing out. Finds the opening, picking. Husky getting the one way onto that bicycle. And it's going to be Vibez taking him down as well. That's already 2 for him. He had 4 last round. Can he go for another 4 this round instead? It looks like they're going to go for another save. eMasters, they need the save. They need the money for next round. And they need the weapons. They need to try and find something. Before he was on 7 HP. But that's not going to even sway their minds a little bit. I could go up to him right now and say, look, you can go for this before it's a 7 HP. They wouldn't even try. They wouldn't even care. And I think this is the round that can... this is definitely the round that can decide it all. This round right here, the money isn't great for eMasters whatsoever. But Clique Esports, their counter-aggression hasn't been too great either. And neither's their money whatsoever. Of course, Mod probably will jump into the round once again with the Mac 10. We've seen that from him quite a lot with the MP9. But...
I think the one thing I would say about this situation is, like, you just turn to eMasters and you go, well, 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 look at the consequences of your actions. You know, Husky and Dexter pushing down middle and losing both their guns in Banana. Now look at the economic situation. Husky and Moshi would have been dropped rifles in this kind of a situation, so it really does come back to haunt you. And, well, now it's all to play for final round of regulation. Can eMasters close things out 16-14? Just as you predicted, actually, coming into this one.
I did tell you. I did say that. 16-14 will be the score, but I'm not too sure about that anymore. Due to the fact that the economy situation, the weapon situation, don't get me wrong, they have the AWP still, which is definitely one of the bigger things in this map. And Dex has been great with it. And oh my god, this is already a good push, and they've already found Vibez, who's been so strong on the entries, and now they no longer have that. They're a man down. Man advantage has been lost, but this, like I said, they should always go for these A pushes after this banana control has been taken. But what are they doing? Husky finding his 28th of the game, and Zimzy able to trade it out finally to 2 versus 3 now, and Mog dropping out onto Pit, making sure he's clearing most of the angles, and there you go. The it's not going to be cleared properly, and it's now Mog left in the 1 versus 2. He's going to find Moshi. Bomb needs to be picked up. He has a minute spare, and it is going to be Mr. Hoy and Emmy, 2 of the most strong players at the moment for their team, to clutch this one out and bring it to my prediction, bear in mind. There you go. I was correct. I was right. And eMasters are going to bring this one out. 16-14. What a brilliant game we've watched there. Oh my god. That was amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. eMasters barely eke it out at the end, but you know what? They secured that position moving forward. I don't know if we've got their next matchup, rather. Yeah, actually, they'll be facing Coalesce up in the upper bracket semi-final. So congratulations to those guys. But Clique Esports, so unfortunate to get it right to the last round of regulation and not push it to overtime.
Oh, man. I was rooting for Clique a little bit after that Vertigo game.
The underdog story.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it was a good game. It was an amazing game, and it was an amazing place to be as well. Amazing to be here as well. I want to thank EPIC38 for getting us out, of course. Yeah. It's been an amazing experience, and I love the people here. The atmosphere is amazing as well. I mean, you guys can't hear, but in the background there's a lot of shouting going on. Yeah. Music's playing as well right now.
There's nothing like shouting at your team, like the enemy team across the LAN hall. But in any case, thank you everyone at home for joining us. What a matchup, and I'm sure we'll see some spicy games tomorrow. But
100%.
For now, that's it from us. Do you have any closing words?
Nah, that's it from me. Thank you very much for tuning in, to everybody that has tuned in. And of course, I have been your caster, ZICS, joined by
Jammer_CS. Make sure you keep up to date with everything going on at Epic Land. There's so much going on, other streams, other games. Make sure you get involved if you want to at home. But that's it from us. Please join us back tomorrow for some more Counter-Strike action.